it's Melissa here, and Hanukkah is fast approaching, which means that Hanukkah lunchboxes are on my mind. I don't know about you, but I started this channel because I am a lunchbox packing mother, sending my child to a Jewish day school where everything needs to be kosher style at the very least. And so today I wanted to infuse the holiday season with Hanukkah, especially for you moms out there who are maybe sending your kid to a public school or a non-religious school where there's a lot of Christmas happening and you want your kid to feel good and proud and cared about and thought of. I have 5 different Hanukkah lunchbox packing tips for you today. At the end of this video, I'm going to pack a lunch in my PlanetBox for you so you can see how fast this can be. And then, because we've been talking about it, I also just got 2 new Hanukkah books that are 2018 published books at our book fair this week. And if you stick around till the end, I'm going to share those new books with you because they actually are amazing and might be worth ordering for your family this year. Before I dive into my 5 tips, I just want to give a big shout out to all of you who are here and watching. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing if this is a channel that you subscribe to. I also want you to know that I'm going to link below to a couple other YouTube channels that have Jewish mommy content and lunchbox packing content. If you've watched me before, you've also seen Everyday Jewish Mom collaborate with me. You probably also watch My Jewish Mommy Life, who produces amazing content year-round, and there's even a few new ones cropping up. So I will link for those below if you want more Hanukkah content for your kids. All right, let's dive right in. I wanted to talk about how I am packing Hanukkah lunches. I do start in advance of Hanukkah just to get things exciting for my daughter who's in preschool. And then Hanukkah is an 8-day holiday. So since it's early this year, we're in school, we're packing lunch, and you're gonna have at least 5 to 6 days of Hanukkah proper that you can be packing themed lunches for or symbolic foods. So number 1, I shared a couple of these before in my budget Hanukkah video, but cutout sandwiches are an excellent and easy way to provide like Hanukkah symbolism in your lunchbox without going to any additional effort or cost. You don't need a cookie cutter, but if you do have cookie cutters, those are great. I would cut out the bread and the meat or cheese separately and then stack them, and they pack beautifully in a lunchbox. So, you know, in this big compartment of my PlanetBox, I'm able to fit basically most of a slice of bread in there for a little shaped sandwich. A menorah shape or a dreidel shape work great, and then you're just packing lunch as usual, but you have a little Hanukkah flair in there. My second tip for you is to pack healthy foods that aren't fried, that are either shaped in a menorah or dreidel shape or threaded to look like candles. And I did this earlier this week and there was like a lot of response, so I'm really excited that you liked them. In today's lunch, I did a lunchbox that was using cocktail hot dogs, and I roasted some potatoes in the oven in a pan this morning, so they were kind of like a steak fry potato, much easier than making latkes. And those I can whip out in like 20 minutes in the morning while I'm fixing breakfast. And so these line up like little candles on a menorah, and they go over those little potatoes. You could also do a meat lunch with deli meat rolled up. And then I did celery sticks, and you can fill them like ants on a log with cream cheese or peanut butter. I did tuna salad in mine. And those are all really healthy lunches that look like a Hanukkah in your lunchbox. You could also do the Hanukkah with string cheese and pretzel rods, anything sort of candle shaped. And then if you want to get fancy and really healthy, sliced grapes threaded on just a simple toothpick that I had around the house with a little piece of cheese. I just cut it into a triangle for a flame. And these are both safe for my young nursery school child who needs to have sliced grapes for her lunches, but they're really fun. And these absolutely disappeared. If your kids like different fruits or you want to use veggies, you could also do this with threading some blueberries. And I also do them with frozen peas. Run them through your teeth and your kid can eat more quickly and easily if they have a short lunch period. My daughter came home when she saw that I cut her seaweed paper into a dreidel shape just using scissors, and she said, "Mommy, I saw what you did." Anyway, just with a couple snips. I like to use the big sheets of seaweed. There's less waste and packaging that way, but you can get the little snack packs too. Snip, snip, you have dreidels, and those are a healthy snack to tuck in a Hanukkah lunchbox. Tip number 3, if you need shortcuts, go into your freezer. There are a lot of fried foods that I keep in my freezer for busy days. Pot stickers, egg rolls. You can buy kosher ones if you keep kosher. They have kosher pot stickers at Trader Joe's. Savory Blintzes I just discovered. There's like a spinach broccoli savory blintz. You can pan fry it really quickly for your kid. Frozen latkes, obviously. Or you can stop at the bakery and pick up donut holes. And those are a fun symbolic fried food that you don't have to make from scratch. What I love about the Jewish holidays is that it's not just traditional foods. The foods actually have like a symbol and a meaning of the miracle of the oil lasting, and I think that's really beautiful. Also, if you're pressed for time, this is a really great cheat. You can make cucumber gelt and just stick a little dreidel next to it in your bento box or lunch box. Even just sticking one little piece of gelt in this little treat compartment, it fits so beautifully. You can get dairy-free gelt if you're packing meat lunches, and that alone really dresses up a lunch. Tip number 4, double down on fried foods. I can't tell you how surprising and satisfying it is to fry things. Hanukkah is definitely a holiday for thin people. My children are thin and they can really afford the calories. So consider fried foods, whether they are traditional Jewish fried foods or just fried foods that your family enjoys. Latkes, like I've been making. I also pick up fried chicken at our grocery store. I made spinach balls last night, which I would love to show you, except that someone ate all of them. Not a fried food. You use frozen spinach, crumbs, egg, and some shredded cheese, and you kind of roll them in a little bit of oil and put them in the oven on a cookie sheet, and they taste like a fried, like a mozzarella stick almost. We have tomatoes in our front yard that are never gonna turn red. I'm making fried green tomatoes tonight. Potato chips are fried. Apple fritters are fried. I did make soufganiot this year. I have a Joan Nathan recipe that I love below, and you can check out the other mommies channels that I've mentioned. Everyone seems to be frying their own soufganiot or jelly donuts, and I decided I was just gonna try it. And my husband sent me like a loving text message later in the morning saying how happy he was that I made them. Soufganiot I find to be actually much less mess and much easier than latkes. So if you're gonna fry one thing, consider making it a fried jelly donut. My last tip for you is don't forget the note. This is like a cheap and easy thing that you can do for your kid. I love you, a latke. I'm just gonna set this down for you now and let me show you. If you are planning to do a latke bar type theme lunchbox, I do my latkes really small. I would throw in, 3 or 4. So here's a tray with all the goodies that you might consider for your lunchbox. I don't like to use disposable single-use plastic, but it is convenient and exciting for my kids to have once a year these applesauce containers. If your child likes to have ketchup with their latkes, they can garnish that way. And I like to give a lot of choices. So you could put sour cream in a container. Here I have the world's most incredible fried shallots. These are totally worth doing. They're sweet and salty and crisp. This is what the little shallot looks like before I sliced and fried it. I might consider putting a little bit of lox on the side for like a fancy appetizer version of her latke, or she'll just eat that. You can put in some other healthy proteins to have on the side, like a simple hard-boiled egg. You could do like a fruit salad and not go to too much trouble, and then sneak in there one grape candle. And then I'm just gonna finish it off with a little bit of green for some veggie and color contrast. Cucumber, gelt, and dreidel. And that's lunch. It's really fast. It's especially convenient if you watch a video like this and think it through in advance and have some of these things on hand. The applesauce I definitely planned in advance and picked up at the store. I always have fruit and toothpicks on hand, so that is super easy. And if you go to the trouble of making latkes, definitely make some extra ones, throw them in the freezer, or pick up some frozen ones to have on hand for that busy holiday week. I wanted to thank you so much for watching me here. If you are looking looking to infuse more Hanukkah at little to no cost for your child, I do always recommend keeping a book basket for each Jewish holiday. We receive PJ Library books, which I love and value, but I did invest in 2 new books for this year that are 2018 published dates. The first one, and I'll link these below, I am an Amazon affiliate, so please use my link if you're buying anything on Amazon this season. I'll get a little commission at no cost to you, and I say thank you. The first one is All of a Kind Family Hanukkah. This one I loved because it's for a slightly older child, like elementary school children would enjoy it, but my children I think can follow along. It features a family of daughters, which I also have, although I don't have so many. So I think that they're really going to enjoy this story. This is an older story from like turn of the century New York. And then this is a modern story that may or may not take place in New York. That's modern day. We read it last night and my children loved it. My husband even loved it, and he's hard to please. So this one is Hanukkah Hamster. I will also link it below. Both of these were just published, so they're brand new. You probably don't have them. And what I do is I just add them to the book basket. I have a special shelf where I store all of my Judaica and holiday themed children's books, and then I pull out the appropriate ones for each holiday. My kids love it. We read them all month long. Thank you so much, you guys. If you have any comments, questions, requests, anything that you want to see below, if you are a Jewish YouTuber and you have content that you want other people to see, let me know below, and have a very happy Hanukkah.